morning, viewers. This is Caesar with SmallEngineVelocity, and today is day 3 of my mini-series for this weekend. And I wanted to let you know 2 things. One, my buddy Texas Get's coming over here to help me work on the Ruckus, because the Ruckus obviously is still giving me problems and frustration levels is pretty high. And then second, I wanted to thank Kerbo for my cup with SEV logos. It's one of those, what are they called? Vacuum cups, so that everything stays super cold. It's been powder coated white with SEV logos and a beautiful handle. And it came with 2 lids, a sealable lid and then a regular drinky lid that it comes with. So I really appreciate it. Kerbo's been with the channel for a very long time, is also a Patreon, participates in chats and comments all the time, and lives in Florida, which is unfortunate that I didn't get to hang out with him while I was down there, but it's cool. Maybe next time. We're planning to go to Florida again probably sometime later on this year in the summer. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the garage a little bit. My son is chasing the dog. We're gonna clean up the garage a little bit to get ready for Texas Get to be here, so we have a clean space to work in. Anyways, be right back. The Ruckus is apart with easy access to the valve cover, the CVT, and the clutch bell. Then we can look at also the carburetor again whenever he gets here. There you go. Now we're back to where we were on day 1. I'd like to also add a little side note to spoons. Here you go. Here is your tire. I swear I will get this in the mail and sent to you. It's just been a hectic week/weekend/ 2 weeks, and it's been hard to get things done. So I promise this will get mailed to you. And on that same note, this is the Grom front end fender that I'm going to go ahead and put. I have the adapters inside of the house, so we don't scratch and make grindy sounds anymore. But I have a hard time lifting the front end of the bike, because when you take this piece off, there's 2 screws on the bottom side, and this fits through here. So the only way to get it off is to completely remove the front suspension, which, I mean, I guess is fine. But as you can tell, it's a little bit too close to there right now. And I need to put that on anyway, and prepare for whenever I do the disc brake conversion. Okay, so you're probably wondering why you're seeing me not in the garage, at work, sitting on a patio talking to you now on a tripod mounted camera speaking. Nowhere near the garage and nowhere close enough to give you an update as to what happened to the Ruckus. Well, let me start out with that we did have Buzzy come over, and he did help me with the Ruckus, and we did take it apart. We took apart the carburetor. He showed me step by step on how to clean it. We checked every nook, cranny, cleaned it, put it back together, inspected every single part, made sure everything looked perfect. Didn't do anything in addition to. We also took the clutch out. After we took the clutch out, he put grease in the clutch so that the sliding mechanism came open. He sanded the pads to take the gloss off of the pads, and then we went ahead and put on a replacement clutch bell that was lightened on there. We also took the variator off, cleaned that out, looked at the weights. We put 3.2 and 4, and then later on 3.2 and 5. We cleaned it up. We greased the plate that slides. We greased the wheel. We greased the slider portion in the center that goes through the variator. We changed it to a better Honda belt. We rechecked the gap for the valve lash for the intake and exhaust, which was fine. They both came out great. We actually opened up the exhaust side just a little tiny bit, like 0.05 millimeter more. And we started it, drove it. I drove it around, then he drove it around, and with much disappointment, it could only go 31, 32. After we did the 3.2 and the 5 gram weights, with the 3.2 and the 4 gram weights, it was like 28 miles per hour. We toiled around for a little while. We wanted to do a compression test, but the compression test tool that we have only tests for cars, so that didn't help anybody. And then we went and poked around with the motor for a little bit. We checked in the book for the stock specifications for compression, but it's not going to help because we don't have a compression tool. So even Buzzy, the great Buzzy, says he doesn't understand why there's such a power loss. And the power loss is strictly because, in my opinion, I'm losing compression. I have a bad O-ring. I don't know about a head gasket seal because I don't see anything wrong with the head gasket. I don't see any overspray or leaks or anything coming out the side. It would make a weird noise. I'm pretty sure that the exhaust that I have on there isn't the cause of the problem. I doubt that I have an exhaust leak would cause me to lose 10 plus miles per hour on my Ruckus. So after some frustration, I put it back together, put it in the garage. I took the Zuma out and changed the sliders to some rollers with different weights just to kind of mess around to see what I can get out of it. And it's faster. The Zuma, it takes off a lot quicker, but the top speed isn't really, I lost maybe a mile or two per hour or two. So I know it's still not day 3, it's technically day 4, but this is all about day 3. So what did we do? We went to OfferUp. We talked to some contacts that Buzzy had been talking to and that I had been talking to. And guess what? I've done something that I've always wanted to do. We picked up a motor, a Get motor, with about 1,400 miles on it. After inspecting it, it is absolutely shiny. It looks like it came out of a new bike, or a bike that no one ever rode really on the dirt or anywhere that was dirty, or that the bike ever rained, or that they ever drove it through any mud or dirt. So that's the new project. The new project is to take the old motor out and put the new motor in and see what we get out of it. Get some performance out of it. But I already ordered the compression tool because I want to test the compression on the old motor. Once I get the new motor in, then the old motor will be disassembled. I'll, go ahead and do the port, the polish, check the clearance, check the cylinder and the rings and all that stuff and make sure that's all good. Deck the head, and then replace the springs and lighten the rocker arms and maybe do some really good valves. I don't know, this is going to be a long build for the motor. But yeah, so there you go. Now you know what we're going to be doing next weekend. Next weekend is the replacing the motor and getting the Ruckus working again so I can take it to work. And then the following weekend, hopefully I will have the BBK for the Zuma installed, or going to get it installed. I did talk to someone from scootertuning.ca. .ca is Canada, by the way. I didn't know that. Anyways, I get to, I'm going to order a 21 millimeter carb to put on the Zuma. I'm going to go ahead and do the BBK with the stock carb, and then kind of get some numbers out of it, get it to run right, jet it up and everything. And then I'm going to get the aftermarket carb and see how much better it runs. Why? Because that's what this channel is about, so that people can see what it looked like, what it runs like before with the 14.5 millimeter carb versus a 21 millimeter carb. Anyways, that is what's up. That's what's happened, and I apologize that I didn't get any of the video footage of what was going on, but everything was happening so fast. I was so focused on listening to Buzzy and doing the Ruckus stuff that I never even thought about recording what was going on until after everything had already been said and done. So I'll get some footage in of the motor, probably in a vlog, in a moto vlog, probably tomorrow or the next day, to kind of give you an idea of what this motor looks like. So anyways, thank you for watching day 3, technically day 4. It's been a good weekend. I got a lot of stuff done, but I also found out a lot of stuff. So failing is always a good thing in the process of learning what's wrong, because at least you tried out what you know, what isn't broken. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you later.